Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever thought about how a single decision, a single action, or even a single moment could completely shift your life? What if I told you that all it takes is 2 minutes to ignite that change, to take control, and to set yourself on a path toward the life you deserve? That's right, just 2 minutes. We tend to overcomplicate success, don't we? We think it requires massive resources, endless time, or some monumental effort. But let me tell you, transformation doesn't have to take months or years. Real change begins in the moments you decide to take action, those small, intentional shifts that compound over time. Let's dive into this idea. Why 2 minutes? Because in 2 minutes you can disrupt a pattern that's been holding you back for years. You can take one step toward your goals. You can make a decision that rewrites the script of your life. Your emotional and physical state plays a critical role in determining the quality of your decisions and actions. When you're stuck in negative emotions like fear, doubt, or frustration, your ability to think clearly and act decisively diminishes. Conversely, when you're in a positive, empowered state, your energy, focus, and confidence soar. The good news is that you don't have to wait for your state to improve on its own. You can take charge of it in as little as 2 minutes by intentionally changing your physiology. Your physiology, the way you move, breathe, and carry yourself, has a direct connection to your emotional state. If you're feeling down, notice how your body reacts. Your shoulders may slump, your breathing may become shallow, and your head may drop. To shift out of this state, you need to do the opposite. Stand tall, take deep breaths, and create energy through motion. In just 2 minutes, this shift in your body can trigger a profound change in your mindset. For example, imagine you're preparing for an important presentation, but anxiety has you paralyzed. Instead of succumbing to the nerves, take 2 minutes to engage your body. You could jump up and down, do a few push-ups, or take several deep, deliberate breaths. This physical activity disrupts the cycle of anxiety and replaces it with a sense of control and readiness. Your physiology is sending signals to your brain that you're confident and capable, even if you didn't feel that way just moments ago. This approach is grounded in science. When you move your body, you activate endorphins, the feel-good chemicals in your brain. These chemicals counteract stress hormones like cortisol and shift your nervous system from a state of fight or flight to one of calm and focus. Even a quick burst of movement can elevate your heart rate, increase circulation, and energize your entire system. This isn't just about feeling better temporarily, it's about creating a foundation for sustained mental clarity and productivity. In addition to movement, your breathing patterns are a powerful tool for changing your state. When you're stressed, your breathing often becomes rapid and shallow, which signals to your brain that you're in danger. To break this pattern, practice deep diaphragmatic breathing. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold the breath for 4 counts. And exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. Repeat this for 2 minutes and you'll notice a dramatic reduction in stress and a surge in focus. Changing your state isn't just about overcoming negative emotions. It's also a strategy for amplifying positive emotions and enhancing performance. For instance, athletes often use rituals to enter a peak state before competing. These rituals might involve physical movements, visualization, or affirmations that prime their minds and bodies for success. You can apply the same principle to your daily life. Before a meeting, a challenging conversation, or a creative project, spend 2 minutes adopting a power pose, repeating empowering affirmations, or visualizing a successful outcome. The beauty of this practice is its simplicity. You don't need special equipment, a large block of time, or a specific setting. You can change your state anytime, anywhere. At your desk, take a moment to stretch and roll your shoulders back. In your car, turn up the volume on an energizing song and sing along. Even small actions like smiling or standing in a confident posture can create a noticeable shift in how you feel. One of the most impactful ways to use 2 minutes to change your state is through gratitude. Gratitude has a unique ability to instantly lift your mood and broaden your perspective. Close your eyes and think of 3 things you're grateful for. Feel the emotion of gratitude as if you're experiencing those things in the present moment. This practice not only shifts your focus from problems to possibilities, but also enhances your overall sense of well-being. The ripple effects of this strategy are profound. When you're in a positive state, you communicate more effectively, make better decisions, and approach challenges with creativity and resilience. This creates a feedback loop where your positive state leads to positive outcomes, which in turn reinforces your positive state. It's a cycle of empowerment that begins with just 2 minutes of intentional action. The next time you find yourself stuck in a negative state, remember that you have the power to change it. Set a timer for 2 minutes and commit to moving your body, breathing deeply, or focusing on gratitude. These small, deliberate actions will not only transform your state in the moment, but also build the habit of resilience and self-mastery over time. With consistency, you'll find that changing your state becomes second nature, empowering you to face life's challenges with confidence and vitality. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces you can cultivate in your life. It is the consistent forward movement that propels you toward your goals, no matter how challenging the journey may seem. The key to creating and sustaining momentum lies in recognizing and harnessing the power of small wins. These seemingly minor achievements, when celebrated and acknowledged, serve as stepping stones to greater success, fueling your confidence and motivation. When you're faced with a daunting goal or an overwhelming project, it's easy to feel paralyzed by its enormity. The solution is to break the larger goal into smaller, manageable steps and focus on achieving just one small win at a time. Each small victory builds upon the last, creating a cascade effect that transforms inertia into unstoppable progress. For instance, if you're striving to improve your fitness, instead of focusing solely on losing 50 pounds, commit to walking for 10 minutes a day. When you complete that walk, you've accomplished a small win, and that success will motivate you to take on the next step. Small wins are essential because they give you proof that progress is possible. They shift your mindset from doubt to belief. From "can I do this" to "I am doing this." Each small win provides a tangible result that reinforces your confidence and reminds you of your capability. But this is particularly important when pursuing long-term goals where progress may feel slow or invisible. By celebrating small wins, you create visible markers of success that keep you engaged and encouraged along the way. Another benefit of small wins is their ability to combat procrastination and resistance. Often, the hardest part of any task is simply getting started. When you focus on achieving a small, specific goal like writing just one paragraph or organizing a single drawer, you overcome the initial inertia that holds you back. Once you're in motion, it's easier to keep going. This is known as the Zeigarnik effect, which states that starting a task creates a psychological drive to complete it. By aiming for small wins, you activate this effect and make it easier to sustain your momentum. Small wins also provide an opportunity to build positive habits and routines. Success is not the result of one monumental effort, but the accumulation of consistent daily actions over time. By focusing on small wins, you create a foundation for lasting change. For example, if you want to improve your financial situation, start by setting aside a small amount of money each week. As you see your savings grow, you'll be motivated to increase your contributions and adopt additional habits like budgeting or reducing unnecessary expenses. Over time, these small wins compound into significant progress. Celebrating small wins is just as important as achieving them. Taking a moment to acknowledge your progress reinforces the positive behavior and encourages you to keep going. This doesn't mean you need extravagant rewards. A simple gesture like sharing your success with a friend, treating yourself to a favorite activity, or writing down your achievement in a journal can be incredibly powerful. Celebrating small wins creates a positive feedback loop that strengthens your commitment and enthusiasm for your goals. In addition to personal benefits, small wins have a contagious effect on the people around you. When others see you achieving and celebrating small victories, they are inspired to take action in their own lives. This creates a ripple effect where your progress motivates and uplifts those in your circle. Whether it's your family, colleagues, or community, your small wins contribute to a culture of progress and possibility. To maximize the impact of small wins, it's important to track your progress. Keeping a record of your achievements, no matter how small, allows you to see how far you've come and provides a sense of accomplishment. This can be as simple as crossing items off a to-do list, using a habit tracker, or maintaining a journal. Visualizing your progress reinforces the idea that every small step matters and keeps you motivated to continue. Moreover, small wins create momentum by shifting your focus from what you haven't done to what you have accomplished. Instead of being overwhelmed by the distance between where you are and where you want to be, you gain clarity and confidence by recognizing how much closer you've come to your goal. This shift in perspective transforms challenges into opportunities and setbacks into learning experiences. One of the most profound aspects of small wins is their ability to create a sense of identity. Every time you achieve a small win, you reinforce the belief that you are the type of person who takes action, overcomes obstacles, and moves forward. This identity shift is crucial for long-term success because it aligns your self-image with your goals. For instance, if your goal is to become a writer, completing a daily writing session, even if it's just for 10 minutes, strengthens your identity as a writer and builds the confidence to take on larger challenges. Ultimately, the power of small wins lies in their ability to build momentum, shift your mindset, and create lasting change. By focusing on one small step at a time, celebrating each success, and maintaining a record of your progress, you set yourself up for continued growth and achievement. Small wins are not just incremental steps, they are the foundation of transformation and the fuel that propels you toward mastery. Your emotions are the invisible forces that shape your decisions, influence your actions, and ultimately determine the quality of your life. To create a life of fulfillment, purpose, and success, you must learn to master your emotions rather than letting them master you. Emotional mastery is not about suppressing or ignoring your feelings, it's about understanding, managing, and channeling them in ways that empower you. The first step to mastering your emotions is developing emotional awareness. Most people experience emotions without fully recognizing what they are feeling or why they are feeling it. By taking the time to pause and identify your emotions, you gain clarity and insight into their origins. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Why am I feeling this way? Is this emotion serving me or holding me back? This practice of self-awareness allows you to interrupt automatic emotional responses and regain control over your state. Emotions are influenced by three primary factors: your physiology, your focus, and your language. Your physiology, the way you move and carry your body, plays a significant role in how you feel. When you are feeling down or stressed, your shoulders may slump, your breathing may become shallow, and your movements may slow. Conversely, when you are confident or energized, your posture is upright, your breathing is deep, and your gestures are lively. To shift your emotional state, start by changing your physiology. Stand tall, take deep breaths, smile, or engage in physical activity. These simple actions send powerful signals to your brain, creating an immediate shift in how you feel. Focus is the second key to emotional mastery. What you focus on becomes your reality. If you dwell on what's wrong in your life or fixate on worst-case scenarios, you will feel stressed, anxious, or defeated. On the other hand, if you focus on what you can control, the opportunities around you, and the things you are grateful for, you will feel empowered and optimistic. Train yourself to direct your focus intentionally by asking better questions. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? By shifting your focus, you can change the meaning you assign to events and in turn, transform your emotional state. Language is the third factor that shapes your emotions. The words you use to describe your experiences influence how you feel about them. For example, describing a setback as a catastrophe will amplify your feelings of despair, while calling it a challenge frames it as an opportunity for growth. Pay attention to the language you use in your self-talk and conversations. Replace disempowering words with empowering ones. Instead of saying, I'm overwhelmed, say, I'm being stretched and growing. This shift in language can create a dramatic shift in your emotions. Another important aspect of emotional mastery is reframing. Reframing involves looking at a situation from a different perspective to change its emotional impact. For instance, if you lose an opportunity, instead of dwelling on the loss, reframe it as a chance to explore new possibilities or learn valuable lessons. Reframing helps you break free from negative thought patterns and find meaning and positivity in even the most challenging circumstances. Mastering your emotions also requires recognizing the role of emotional patterns. Many people fall into habitual emotional states such as anger, frustration, or sadness that become part of their identity. These patterns are often triggered by specific events or thoughts and reinforced over time. To break free from negative emotional patterns, identify the triggers and replace the habitual response with a new, empowering action. For example, if you tend to react with frustration when faced with delays, train yourself to respond with patience or use the time to focus on something productive. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for emotional mastery. It is impossible to feel fear, anger, or sadness while experiencing true gratitude. Make it a daily practice to reflect on the things you are grateful for, no matter how small they may seem. This practice shifts your emotional state from scarcity to abundance, from dissatisfaction to contentment. Gratitude not only improves your emotions, but also strengthens your relationships and enhances your overall well-being. It's also crucial to develop emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to challenges. Emotional resilience comes from building a strong sense of self-worth and maintaining a growth mindset. When you face adversity, remind yourself that emotions are temporary and that you have the power to choose how you respond. Resilience is not about avoiding negative emotions, but about acknowledging them, processing them, and then moving forward with a sense of purpose and determination. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another strategy for mastering your emotions. The people you interact with, the media you consume, and the environments you spend time in all affect your emotional state. Seek out relationships and activities that uplift and inspire you. Limit your exposure to negativity, whether it comes from toxic individuals, pessimistic news, or unproductive habits. By creating a positive external environment, you make it easier to cultivate a positive internal state. Finally, remember that emotional mastery is a lifelong journey. It requires practice, patience, and persistence. There will be times when you feel overwhelmed or lose control, and that's okay. What matters is your commitment to learning and growing from each experience. With time and effort, you can transform your emotions from a source of limitation to a source of power, enabling you to live a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Consistency is the secret sauce to achieving any form of success. A ritual of consistent progress is what separates those who dream about success from those who live it. Building such a ritual involves creating intentional habits that align with your goals and performing them regularly to compound results over time. This isn't about making drastic changes overnight. It's about mastering small, purposeful actions and committing to them daily. Progress begins with clarity. Before you can build a ritual, you need to know what you're working toward. Define your goals with precision. Instead of saying, I want to get healthier, specify your objective. I want to lose 10 pounds in 3 months. By eating clean and exercising 4 times a week, clear goals serve as the foundation of your rituals. They provide a direction, ensuring that the habits you build are meaningful and aligned with what truly matters to you. Next, break your goal down into actionable steps. A ritual is not a vague intention, it's a series of deliberate actions performed consistently. If your goal is financial freedom, your ritual might include reviewing your expenses daily, setting aside 20% of your income for savings, and spending 30 minutes each day learning about investments. By dividing your larger goal into manageable tasks, you eliminate overwhelm and make progress achievable. One of the most important aspects of creating a ritual is identifying the time and space for it. Many people fail to build consistent habits because they don't integrate them into their daily routines. To create a ritual, decide when and where you'll perform it. For example, if your goal is to improve your fitness, commit to exercising at 7 a.m. every weekday at your local gym or home workout space. Setting a specific time and location creates a sense of accountability and reduces the mental effort required to make decisions each day. Start small and build momentum. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to do too much at once. They begin with lofty expectations only to feel burned out or overwhelmed after a few days. Instead, focus on small, manageable actions that are easy to sustain. For example, if you're trying to build a writing habit, start with 10 minutes a day rather than committing to writing an entire chapter. Once the habit becomes ingrained, you can gradually increase the time or effort. Tracking your progress is another essential component of a ritual. What gets measured gets managed. Keep a journal, checklist, or digital tracker to record your daily actions. For instance, if your goal is to improve your mental health, you might track how many minutes you meditate each day, how many positive affirmations you practice, or how often you engage in gratitude journaling. Seeing your progress visually reinforces your commitment and motivates you to keep going. Celebrate your small wins. Progress is not only about reaching the end goal, but also about acknowledging the journey. When you accomplish a milestone, no matter how small, take the time to celebrate it. This could be as simple as giving yourself a verbal well done or treating yourself to something you enjoy. Recognizing your achievements reinforces positive behavior and keeps you motivated to continue. Accountability is a powerful tool in building consistent rituals. Share your goals and rituals with someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, or mentor. Better yet, find a community of like-minded individuals working towards similar objectives. Accountability partners and groups provide encouragement, share insights, and hold you responsible for staying consistent. Knowing that someone is cheering for your success can make all the difference when you're tempted to give up. Overcoming obstacles is an inevitable part of maintaining a ritual. Life is unpredictable, and there will be days when sticking to your habits feels challenging. Anticipate potential roadblocks and prepare strategies to deal with them. For example, if your ritual involves morning workouts, but you know your schedule might change, have a backup plan for evening sessions. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning your ritual, it means adapting it to keep moving forward. Consistency requires discipline, but discipline is a muscle you can strengthen. One way to build discipline is by attaching your ritual to a non-negotiable part of your routine. For instance, if you brush your teeth every morning, use that as a trigger to start your ritual. You might follow up your brushing with 10 minutes of journaling or stretching. Pairing your new habit with an existing one creates a seamless flow, making it easier to stay consistent. Rituals thrive on intrinsic motivation. While external rewards can be motivating in the short term, the most enduring rituals are fueled by a sense of purpose and meaning. Reflect on why your goal matters to you. Is it to become healthier for your family? To achieve financial freedom and live the life of your dreams? Keep this why at the forefront of your mind. When your motivation stems from within, you're more likely to stick with your rituals, even when the initial excitement wears off. Finally, give yourself grace. Progress is not linear, and there will be days when you fall short. Instead of beating yourself up, use those moments as opportunities to learn and grow. Ask yourself what caused the setback and how you can adjust moving forward. The key to consistency is not perfection, but perseverance. By staying committed to your rituals, even through challenges, you build resilience and pave the way for lasting success. With time and dedication, your rituals will transform into automatic habits. What once required effort and discipline will become second nature. This is the beauty of consistent progress. It compounds over time, leading to extraordinary results. By building a ritual of consistent progress, you're not just working toward your goals, you're creating a lifestyle that reflects the best version of yourself. Shifting your focus to solutions instead of problems is one of the most empowering changes you can make in your daily life. Problems are inevitable, they arise in every aspect of life, work, relationships, personal goals, and even unexpected events. However, the way you choose to address them is what defines your growth and success. When your mind fixates on problems, you are essentially reinforcing them. Your energy, creativity, and time become consumed by the issue itself, creating a cycle of frustration and inaction. But by redirecting that energy towards solutions, you unlock your ability to innovate, adapt, and make meaningful progress. The first step to shifting your focus is recognizing when you're stuck in problem-based thinking. Problem-based thinking often manifests as repetitive negative thoughts, self-doubt, or a feeling of being overwhelmed. You might find yourself saying, "Why is this happening to me?" or "I can't believe I'm dealing with this again." While it's natural to initially feel frustrated, staying in that state offers no productive outcome. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do about this, or what's one step I can take to improve the situation? By reframing the question, you immediately shift from being a passive victim of circumstances to an active participant in creating change. Solutions rarely come from dwelling on what's wrong, they arise from focusing on what's possible. Another powerful way to cultivate a solution-oriented mindset is by breaking the problem down into smaller, manageable parts. Large, complex issues can seem insurmountable when viewed as a whole. For example, if you're facing financial challenges, it's easy to feel paralyzed by the enormity of the situation. But if you focus on identifying specific areas where you can cut expenses, generate additional income, or restructure debt, the problem becomes more tangible, actionable. The key is to ask targeted questions like, where can I start today, or what resources are available to help me? Each small step builds momentum and reinforces your belief in your ability to create positive outcomes. Language also plays a crucial role in shifting your focus. The words you use to describe a situation influence how you perceive it. For instance, instead of saying, I have a big problem, try saying, I have a challenge to solve. Words like problem carry a heavy emotional weight, while challenge implies an opportunity for growth and learning. Similarly, replacing I can't with how can I opens your mind to possibilities rather than limitations. Your inner dialogue has immense power to shape your reality. By consciously choosing language that inspires action and optimism, you train your mind to approach difficulties with a constructive attitude. Another effective strategy for becoming solution-focused is leveraging the power of visualization. Close your eyes and imagine the problem resolved. What does that resolution look like? How does it feel? What steps did you take to get there? Visualization primes your brain to recognize the path forward and motivates you to take action. For example, if you're preparing for an important presentation but feel nervous about potential mistakes, visualize yourself delivering the presentation confidently and receiving positive feedback. This mental rehearsal helps reduce anxiety and directs your focus toward preparing effectively rather than worrying about failure. Collaboration is another critical element of solution-focused thinking. Sometimes, the best solutions come from seeking input from others. People in your network, mentors, or colleagues might offer perspectives you hadn't considered. Collaboration doesn't just bring fresh ideas, it also lightens the emotional burden of tackling challenges alone. For example, if you're struggling with a work project, reaching out to a colleague for brainstorming can provide clarity and inspiration. The act of sharing your challenge with someone else often brings a sense of relief and renewed motivation to find solutions. Gratitude is an often overlooked but highly effective tool in shifting focus. When faced with a problem, take a moment to reflect on what's still going well in your life. Gratitude doesn't minimize the challenge, but it puts things into perspective. By focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, you cultivate a mindset of abundance and possibility. This positive energy creates the mental space needed to approach challenges with a clear, creative mind. Lastly, persistence is key. Not every solution will work on the first attempt, and that's okay. Solution-focused thinking isn't about finding a quick fix, it's about maintaining the belief that every problem has a solution, even if it requires experimentation and adjustment. Thomas Edison famously said, I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. This mindset is crucial when tackling long-term or complex challenges. Each attempt brings you closer to the answer, provided you remain committed and adaptable. Focusing on solutions instead of problems is a skill that requires practice and mindfulness. It's about training your brain to see opportunities where others see obstacles. By reframing your perspective, breaking challenges into smaller steps, using empowering language, visualizing success, seeking collaboration, practicing gratitude, and staying persistent, you can transform the way you approach life's difficulties. You become not just a problem solver, but a creator of opportunities, unlocking your full potential in the process. Adopt a mindset of continuous learning, and your life will transform in ways you never imagined. Continuous learning isn't just about acquiring knowledge, it's about embracing growth, expanding your horizons, and cultivating a deeper understanding of the world and yourself. Life is dynamic, and the skills and beliefs that served you yesterday may not be enough for tomorrow. To thrive, you must evolve, and learning is the fuel for that evolution. One of the most fundamental aspects of continuous learning is curiosity. Curiosity is the spark that drives you to ask questions, seek answers, and explore the unknown. When you cultivate curiosity, you open yourself up to opportunities and experiences that others might overlook. For instance, imagine a scenario where you encounter a challenge at work. A curious person doesn't simply try to avoid the problem or work around it. They ask, why is this happening, or what can I learn from this? This approach not only helps solve the immediate issue, but also equips you with new knowledge and skills that can be applied to future situations. Curiosity transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Another critical aspect of continuous learning is the willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Growth doesn't happen when you stay within the boundaries of what you already know. It requires courage to embrace the unfamiliar, whether it's learning a new skill, pursuing a different career path, or even traveling to a place you've never been. For example, someone who has never spoken in public might take on the challenge of delivering a presentation. The experience might be uncomfortable at first, but with practice and persistence, they develop confidence and proficiency. Every time you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, you expand the limits of what you're capable of. Continuous learning also requires a commitment to self-reflection. Reflection allows you to assess your progress, understand your strengths and weaknesses, and identify areas for improvement. It's not enough to simply gather information or try new things. You must take the time to evaluate what you've learned and how it applies to your goals. For example, after completing a project, you might ask yourself, what went well? What could I have done differently? What lessons can I take forward? This process of introspection ensures that your learning is purposeful and aligned with your long-term vision. In today's fast-paced world, the ability to learn and adapt quickly has become more important than ever. Technology and industries are evolving at an unprecedented rate, and those who fail to keep up risk being left behind. However, this doesn't mean you need to master every new trend or skill immediately. It's about prioritizing the areas that matter most to you and staying open to change. For instance, if you're in a career that's heavily influenced by technology, staying updated on the latest tools and platforms is essential. This might involve taking online courses, attending workshops, or simply dedicating time each week to explore new developments in your field. Continuous learning keeps you relevant and competitive in an ever-changing environment. Another powerful way to embrace continuous learning is through reading. Books, articles, and other written materials are treasure troves of wisdom, insights, and inspiration. When you read, you gain access to the experiences and expertise of others, which can accelerate your growth. For example, reading biographies of successful individuals can provide valuable lessons on resilience, leadership, and innovation. Similarly, books on personal development or specialized topics can deepen your understanding and spark new ideas. And make reading a habit, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Over time, the cumulative effect of this habit can be profound. Surrounding yourself with people who inspire and challenge you is another essential component of continuous learning. The company you keep has a significant impact on your mindset and growth. When you engage with individuals who share your passion for learning, you create an environment of mutual support and motivation. These connections can introduce you to new perspectives, ideas, and opportunities. For example, joining a mastermind group or attending networking events can connect you with like-minded individuals who push you to grow and achieve your goals. Learning is often a collaborative process, and the relationships you build along the way can be just as valuable as the knowledge you gain. It's also important to embrace failure as a natural part of the learning process. Fear of failure often holds people back from pursuing their goals or trying new things. However, failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone to it. Every failure carries a lesson, and those lessons are often the most impactful teachers. For instance, an entrepreneur who launches a business that doesn't succeed learns invaluable lessons about strategy, resilience, and market dynamics. These insights pave the way for future ventures. The key is to view failure not as a setback, but as an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Lastly, continuous learning requires consistency and discipline. It's not about making dramatic changes overnight. It's about committing to small, incremental steps every day. Whether it's dedicating time to read, practicing a new skill, or reflecting on your experiences, these daily habits compound over time. For example, learning a new language might seem daunting, but practicing for just 15 minutes a day can lead to significant progress within a year. The secret to continuous learning is persistence. It's about showing up every day, even when it feels challenging or inconvenient. Adopting a mindset of continuous learning transforms your life into an ongoing journey of growth and discovery. It empowers you to adapt to change, overcome challenges, and unlock your full potential. By staying curious, stepping out of your comfort zone, reflecting on your experiences, staying consistent, and embracing failure, you can continuously evolve and achieve new levels of success and fulfillment.